Hey, how's it going? This is Josh from Books by Josh, and I would like to welcome you to episode number 17 of the Books by Josh show. This episode is titled Double Dipping. And no, I will not be talking about double dipping potato chips into dip, unless it's you by yourself, because that's nasty if it's with a bunch of people. So let's dive into this week's episode. Like many of my blog posts and other podcast topics, today's podcast is inspired by something that recently happened in my life. Just the other day, I was complaining to myself on how hard it was to come up with topics for the site and for the podcast with all the content that I have been producing over the past couple of weeks. As I was saying this to myself, I received a notification on my phone. It was from Google Play Opinion Reward. And that's what made me think of this topic. Don't worry, guys, if you don't know what this is, it's an app on my phone, but I'm going to explain it, right? So Google Opinion Rewards is a free app that Google came up with that rewards you with Google Play credit that you can redeem in the Google Play Store for taking short surveys. Okay? And the Google Play Store, for those of you who have iPhones, you can buy music, movies, rent movies, buy TV shows. You can buy books, apps, games, anything. Okay? It's like the iTunes Store, but for Google. Okay? So now, let's talk about how much I've earned using this free app. $83.48 is what I've earned so far using the Google Play Opinion Rewards app. And this is free money from taking these surveys. But before you start thinking this post is in any way a sponsored post, it's not. But if Google wanted to sponsor me, I wouldn't say no. But that's not the reason why I decided to make this episode to get sponsorship. No. The reason why Google Opinion Rewards is an amazing business strategy. Yes, you heard me say business strategy. Okay? This is a podcast episode in regards to one of the best business strategies there are, double dipping. And Google Opinion Rewards is amazing at this because it double dips like crazy. Okay? Double dipping. It's a term I heard back in the past, and I decided to make it my own. Okay? A lot of you guys listening right now have no clue what double dipping is. Okay, so let me give you the Books by Josh definition. Dictionary definition, right? Air quotes on all that. Double dipping is using one tool or service in multiple scenarios to generate a profit or gains. Okay, so that sounds like a mouthful, but it's not that complicated. It's basically using something like my Capital One Cashback Business Reward Credit Card. That right there, the Spark Business Reward credit card, I use it to pay for anything I buy that I don't use cash for. I don't care if it's a Metro card to get around on the subway, a bottle of Fiji water from Duane Reade. I'm using that card. I'm not generating any interest because I'm paying the balance off as soon as it posts on the app. So in 2 days, I have $0 balance, okay? Why am I doing this? Because this card generates 1% cash back for any purchase I make. And once I reach certain dollar amounts, I use the same cash back to pay for whatever purchase I bought. So if I bought a $100 Metro card and I have $100 cash back, I will use that $100 to pay off that Metro card. Once the Metro card is paid off, I take the same $100 I was going to use to pay for the Metro card and invest it into a stock or bond or another investment that I have to pay me back. So that's how I use my card to double dip because everything's getting paid and I'm using the cash back as an investment, guys. That's double dipping using that card. I'm paying bills and I'm making money. So how does Google Opinion Rewards double dip if I just explained it to you? Because this app seems great. Why would I take free money? But that's not all there is to the app because the surveys actually help Google more than it helps us. These surveys allow Google to test their AI learning and GPS accuracy. How does it do that? It's just a survey. What's AI learning? And why GPS? Well, AI learning is artificial intelligence. And GPS because these surveys are based off recent factors from your browsing, from your YouTube, stuff like that. But most of them are based off your location. These surveys usually ask, what place did you recently visit? They give you a list of 4 or 5 places and say, which one of these stores did you recently visit? Or did you recently visit Burger King? What day was it? And from there it goes, how was the payment made? If there was a payment made, if yes, how was it made? What form of tender? Did you use your credit card, debit card, cash, check, other forms, or you didn't make a payment? And the other location-based service that they do are service that ask information regarding us as a person. Okay? They want to know simple things based on where you live, stuff like that. It gives you recommendation. Sometimes it tells you to watch a trailer and asks you, what do you think of this movie? Would you watch it? I know I did that for a Spanish trailer for a movie that was in English, but they gave it me in Spanish because I told them I also speak Spanish. It also asks more personal questions, such as, what do you do for a living? They give you a basic breakdown, couple categories you choose. Also income, things of that nature. You can choose not to answer, but these are the type of surveys. They want to understand us. That's the whole thing they're getting at. The GPS is self-explanatory. They want to test the accuracy of the GPS, but they also want to better understand us. What do I mean? Based on your GPS usage, they show certain things when you're zoomed out of the map. What do I mean by zoomed out? You know how you could zoom in on a GPS map, Google Maps, and they tell you the exact street that you're on? If you pinch out a little bit, you'll see, you can't see the streets names, but you can see the general direction. On this, it's going to show you establishments that you're likely to visit. For example, if you're constantly searching for places to eat, your GPS will have fast food establishments showing, such as McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Chick-fil-A. But it's going to be completely different from someone else, person B, who's always looking for banks like Chase, TD, Bank of America, Citibank, because their GPS will show banks more than fast food because banks are a priority to this person. You understand? It's learning. It's using AI learning to learn our tendencies, okay? These surveys regarding us as people is used for ad targeting also and can be used like census data. I sometimes get surveys from a YouTube recommendation. What do you think about this video? And guess what? They're recommending good videos to me because they're learning from me as a person. Google is getting better at AI learning because of surveys such as this. And Google, remember AdWords, one of the biggest advertisement agencies is Google. So, guys, you guys can take off your tinfoil hats. That's what the surveys do. Nothing else hidden, or is there? But Josh, from what you define double dipping, this still doesn't double dip to me. Okay, they're getting some money from us, but what are they gaining? Just a couple data, that's fine. They get that from my email. That's great and all, but Google's also getting something even better. They are double dipping like crazy, and the reason why is because that credit can only be used in one place, the Google Play Store. Makes sense, right? Because it's owned by Google. Not really. Think about this. It doesn't cost us anything when we use this Google Play credit, but the surveys don't give us dollars upon dollars for doing the surveys, right? Over $80 is accumulated over a couple of years. And right now, my balance is only $5 in the Google Play credit. A movie rental is about $3.99, $4.99, $5.99. So if you're getting 20 cents, 30 cents for a movie, and you have about $1, $2 saved up, why don't you say, hey, it's only $1 or $2 more. Why not buy it? That means that you did use house money. You did get the movie rental, that book that you want to read for cheaper, but at the end of the day, you still spent money. Google just got to sell, and they're not done double dipping. What do you mean they're not done double dipping? Well, they already have your money, but there's one more way that Google makes the double dipping even better for them. It's called subscriptions. I know a lot of people who use their Google Play credit to pay for subscription services, such as magazines, okay? A magazine is $1.99 a month for some magazines. Some are less, some are more. And the normal magazine, $4.99, $5.99, even $12.99 for like Life. For example, I have Entrepreneur Magazine. It's $1.99 a month for the sub. The magazine, $5. I save money by doing a subscription if I'm buying the magazine every month. The whole thing is not everybody buys magazines every month. They buy a magazine every once or twice a year. But they see it as a sale. Oh, $1.99 a month and I can read it unlimited. So they turn that Google turns that one-time buy into a monthly commitment from the customer, thus adding more revenue over the course of time. And then that customer might subscribe to another one to make up for what they saved. But that's not the biggest way to double dip. The biggest way to double dip is by the power of word of mouth. What is word of mouth? Referrals. Google makes $0 off referrals. They don't offer any incentive to refer people, but people still do. Because during my time working in wireless retail, I told over 500 people about this app because of the power behind it. I save the money doing it. I buy a lot of things off Google, books, things of that nature. But who doesn't like the word free? And that's the kicker there. Google's biggest double dip is referrals because of the quality of this product. Think about if you saw a great movie. Aren't you going to tell your friends? Why wouldn't you tell your friends about this app if it can save them money and give them free movies, free books? It's free money, guys. And that's where they get you here. Listen, I know right now everybody's thinking, okay, that's one way to work double dipping or credit card, but that's not my business. It'll work in only a select few. No. Let me give you a couple examples that double dip and we don't even realize it. Starbucks. I have the Starbucks app on my phone. I get free drinks on my birthday. I get the stars from spending so much money. But that's double dipping also. They give you a little back after you get so much points. What is it? Once you go $1 is 4 stars. So my coffee is about $3 for it's less $2.80. So $3, let's say, for a large black coffee. So if I get that's 12 stars per coffee, theoretically. So for me to reach the 150 mark, I have to have over 10 coffees, guys. 10 coffees at $3 is $30 to get a theoretical free coffee, which is $3. So I spent $27, not including tip, to get $3 back. I spent $30 to get $3 back. So 11 cups of coffee for $27. They make out. It's not just Starbucks, Domino's with their points, StubHub or the Stuff Reward at AMC. I remember going to a movie a couple weeks back to see Jumanji, and they told my friend, "Hey, you're this many points away from a free popcorn because of stuff." I remember Modell's did this with the MVP Club. It's free to sign up, and by giving you that, it's not like they are losing money. It's something free. They are losing a little bit in production and implementing the system. But by having that on your keyring, back when everybody had everything on their keyring before phones with the apps, we would look at our keys and say, "Hey, look, Models, I haven't been there a while. I really want to get this jacket. They had it last time I saw it. Let me go buy it." That's the power of it. There was one pizzeria that I used to go to when I worked upstate. And they had a little gimmick that after you spend about $250 worth of stuff, you get $25 voucher. It's 1% back. But every time we were thinking of what to order lunch as a team, we instantly thought of that pizzeria because of that. And that's how double dipping is supposed to be implemented. You invest a little bit to get just a little bit of advertising and implement this point system, things of this nature, like Plenty, being a whole thing with all these at some Macy's, all these stores, AT&T, because it makes you want to use that in-network places because you save money in the long run. You get discounts and the whole 9 yards. It changes the way you think, and that right there is what makes you want to go there. I went to this ice cream shop because after every 10th ice cream, they will give you a free one. So why not? If I'm going to get ice cream, I'll go to that place rather than Baskin Robbins because of that. So listen, guys, I'm not trying to tell you guys to go max out your credit cards because you'll get cash back. No, that's not what I'm saying. I do it that way because I pay it off right away. I don't like holding a balance. I'm not telling you guys to start giving away things out of your business. Hey, you come in, I'll give you a free toaster. You come and buy a toaster, I'll give you a loaf of bread. No. You have to make sure that when you double dip, you have to weigh the costs against the proceedings of the gains. Double dipping for each and every person is going to be different. I don't know you or your business, so I can't recommend you how to double dip in your perfect scenario. No. Based on what you tell me, if you send me a message, I might be able to help you a little bit. But what I do know is how powerful double dipping can be. Double dipping is also used when investing into stocks that pay dividends. Guys, listen to this, all right? If you use the dividends that a stock pays you, like NYMT, New York Mortgage Trust, if you use that stock, you buy the stock, then whenever it pays you dividends, you reinvest that dividends into a stock. In less than 10 years, you have more than double your money. That's not including gains. If the stock goes up or down, that's just called reinvesting the same dividends into a stock, because based on whatever stock symbol is, it pays quarterly, monthly, semi-monthly, or yearly. The next time you get dividends after reinvesting those dividends into the stock, you get more dividends. You keep doing that. And do the math. In 10 years, you have more than double your money. Just by doing this, not including any gains or splits. That pretty much wraps up this episode of the Books by Josh show. I know it was a bit longer, but one app made this whole podcast possible. If you like this, feel free to subscribe to the podcast. If you want more content, check us out on YouTube by searching Books by Josh, or visit us online, booksbyjosh.com. Guys, I've been posting blog posts. I know last week and the week before I was doing one post a day. This week I've fallen off, maybe a post every 2 days, just because I'm bringing more quality to each post. Look at this podcast. More quality per content provided. Okay, feel free to follow us on Twitter, even though I'm not that active as I should be, or Facebook. Twitter is at Books by Josh, Facebook at Books by Josh R. If you wish to support us, feel free to become a Patreon at patreon.com/booksbyjosh. If you want a copy of my book, Private Eye, you can go to Amazon for the ebook, or you can just get a physical copy at Barnes & Noble or Amazon. If you want to see my John Hancock on it, just go to booksbyjosh.com and buy a signed copy, same price. And like always, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.